some guy made a 20-foot tall cutout of me.
Hi, I'm Emmy. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, or I keep popping up when you're recommended, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps out my channel a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I lost the actual tweet, but here's Nick reacting to it.
20-foot cutout of Emiru.
Wait, but this guy is actually famous in the anime community because if you look at his house, he has hundreds or thousands of cutouts of anime girls, and people were like, why does he have the time to do this? Why is his house so huge? It's because his father wrote Grease, like the musical. So this is the son of the guy who wrote Grease. Isn't this fucking bizarre? I don't know. Really? Yeah, some people were talking about it on Twitter. They were like what's her name? Sayaka Mizono, or that character from Danganronpa. His dad wrote Grease.
Wow.
Yeah, see, look, there's like a Monica there.
Look how high these ceilings are.
It's because his dad wrote Grease.
You know?
He gets the tall ceilings.
Like this house is a rich house. This is why you have all the free time, so you could do something stupid like this. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, have you guys never seen this guy? I guess probably not, because I see a lot of weeb stuff. Okay, what? This guy.
Oh, hello everyone. So today I want to showcase one of my newest projects, which is that I've made every single member of Hololive into a cutout. All the cutouts are accurate to the
I
real
didn't know that there were that many.
life height, and did all the Holostars, or male branch of Hololive.
This guy especially loves this character.
I love my
from
waifu Sayaka Mizono.
This
We've
guy.
gone everywhere, to a zoo, in a limo, multiple times to the mall, movie theater, ocean, pool, restaurants, and all of the above. And I may be
See,
her
he even puts her in different outfits for depending on the outing that they're doing.
most dedicated fan, as it's a deep rabbit hole, as alongside that I also have an RC car so she can move around with me if I want. All my consoles are covered with her alongside all my game covers, which I replace. I follow over 200 Mizuno accounts, which is currently half the people I follow on Twitter. I have over $500 in commissioned artwork, some of us together. I also have medieval chainmail with all the push button pins that I've collected of her, which goes together with—
You guys have never seen this guy? Am I just on like a weird part of the internet? Because I already knew about this guy for like 2 years or something.
the sword and shield, which is entirely made out of her. But most importantly, I've turned my house into a church for Mizuno, and this is what the outside of my house looks like. Besides advertising the church in the front of my driveway, I also have multiple billboards outside also advertising it.
Okay, so if you haven't played this game, which you probably haven't, this guy is basically the reason that she died in the game. So I guess this is like the Antichrist for him or something.
Also advertising it for people driving by. My house is a legitimate place of worship though, as when you walk in you'll see a choir of Sayakas, alongside an 18-foot tall mural.
Spoiler, it's barely a spoiler, it's like the very beginning of the game.
Then if you go upstairs, you can see the truly special
It's also
part,
like a 10-year-old game, chill.
which is the walls and rooms of Sayaka Mizono, as seen here, and have gone as far as putting pages on the ceiling. Then when you come upstairs, you'll see that the floor is completely covered with pages, and extends all the way to this mini hallway. But the truly special part is this room right here, which is the most decorated part inside of the house. Nothing is covered, and is the pinnacle of the Holy Land. Generally, for the rest of the rooms upstairs, they're all very similar, including my room and the 2 separate bathrooms I have upstairs. If you were wondering how I did this, they were all printed with my 10 photo printers, which are also Sayaka Mizuno. Now, of course, being concerned about robbers is a problem, which is why I also have custom Mizuno boomsticks, which include a revolver, a rifle, an arm.
This is, I don't even know what to say. This is incredible and horrifying at the same time.
Army knife, blessed ammo, which I all keep for myself.
What? He's strapped! What? Dude, what?
But also have an entire Sayaka Mizuno militia, which I call the Waifu Warriors in order to guard my house, and also the giant monuments that I've built.
What? There's a Wilbur Soot! And now he has a giant cutout of me as well!
Which include a 25-foot tall cutout of her, 10 20-foot...
Wait, yeah, this is where I first saw him. He made a 25-foot tall wait, but he made a 20-foot tall one of me. So I'm like up here. I'm pretty close to as tall as this one.
Cutout of her, 10 20-foot tall cutouts of her, 2 30-foot tall cutouts of her,
The
and
30-foot? What the
one cutout the size of half a tennis court.
Why did it cut off
On
like
all my
that?
social...
Oh my god. You must feel honored? I mean, honestly, I mean, doesn't he do this for a lot of YouTubers and creators now? Like, he even put his Twitter there. I feel like he just wants to drive more viewers to his church of his waifu, and it's not about the YouTubers, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is it bad that I'm intrigued and I want to keep watching?
On all my social media accounts, many people are confused with the giant paper art.
He made a giant dream. Why is this one 3D?
The giant paper art I make, with one question surfacing the most, that being why, or why are you doing this? And therefore, I'm going to explain why I make these massive cutouts alongside anime girl, insane asylums, and anything.
See, okay, but he's self-aware. Is it less insane if you're self-aware that you're insane? I feel like it is, because I think a true insane person would think there's nothing weird about what they're doing. This is a rich guy. He has, old money. His dad wrote one of the best-selling musicals of all time. So now he's like, what do I do to just, like, fuck with people and get views? And he just thought of this, maybe? Question mark? I don't know.
Else I make. This video is going to be the most candid video I've ever made, as I talk about my philosophy on being yourself and clarify what I get out of it and my vision is in the future. But first I'll talk about the more obvious point, which is that I find what I make cool. Generally, the type of content I make is the type of content I would want to see if I wasn't myself. Like, the idea of giant anime cutouts existing is so cool to me. I personally like the field of craft I'm in, especially since it's so surreal, since, like, rather than looking at something like a drawing or a painting or even playing a video game and seeing the world it portrays through a screen, with some of the things that I make, it's almost like you're instead in that world and someone grabbed you through the screen and pulled you in. And that part I really enjoy about what I make. Like, some of the rooms that I've made look straight up like you're in a game walking through a map with a modded texture, or it feels like I'm looking at a real-life next spot. So overall, like, the feeling of surreality I get from what I make is all very cool, as it's like I have my own little museum. And that's really the value that I get out of it, and why I do it. The second reason is because I'm a content creator. I want to make better things than what I'm doing currently now. Some of my creative goals I have currently is to make a cutout that's over 100 feet standing.
Wait, how would you even do that? Oh my lord. Would that be 100 feet? Is that to scale? He'd have to attach that to like an apartment complex or something.
Over 100 feet standing, to create giant 30-foot tall paper models just like this but upscaled, and yes, the giant cutout of Speedwagon that I've been planning for like 2 years now. So I do what I do because I have ambitions to make cooler things by growing on social media. I bring this up as one of my points because I do think that a lot of people think I'm just doing this for laughs and giggles, and while that is true, my goal also in the future is to have what I
plan to use what does that mean? Use it for what? Yeah, for shits and giggles.
I make be able to pay for a lot of the bigger projects I want to make in the future. Whether it's more paper stuff or even like a game eventually I want to make years down the line. But I think because of how strange and unhinged the stuff I make looks, it's hard to imagine that I have aspirations, as I feel people think I'm just mentally deranged and that's all. Which I can't really blame, considering if you look at this picture, I do not think this is what a normal, sane person...
You know what's crazy is you can tell that he planned this ahead of time to make them all fit and not cover the fixtures.
House looks like. But the third reason is just my philosophy on being yourself. I post the things that I do because I simply want to, and I'm not really afraid to showcase a side of myself which could be seen as embarrassing, as not posting these things would mean people not knowing who I truly am, and doing that is exhausting, being something that you're not, and never letting your creative urges out. As it's just very freeing, as I feel many people are scared of looking weird by being who they really are, and when you do that, your soul suffers as you're not living the way that your heart wants to be. Why I also do my art is because I like genuineness. All the posts that I make in a way can be seen as vulnerable, as it's easy to make fun of what I post. However, showcasing this side of me is also what makes me feel alive, as I'm no longer hiding my true self, and therefore can be much more candid with people I meet, as chances are they...
I thought that was E-Rob at first. I was like, why is E-Rob guarding Shinji's dad at a table full of sea dogs? I think that'd be better than whoever this is.
Will or already know that I'm a crazy art waifu person and don't have to pretend that I don't do strange things or think, what if they think of me differently if they knew when talking to someone? And therefore, it's good because, like, it's more of a genuine interaction. If they know more who I truly am, I don't have to put up a facade, as it's really hard to have a moment feel meaningful if you're being fake and not speaking with your heart and being honest. Now, of course, I wouldn't go to an In-N-Out drive-thru and say, before you talk to me, it's a requirement that you know the existence of the Hololive room and what a deranged anime nutjob I am, or else this conversation is meaningless. But for the type of people you see more often, I'm the type who likes being open.
Samsung Sam, wait, that's him! He's as big as her foot! It's Sam.
And dislike small talk when it's not really needed, so
goodness.
it helps in being yourself. So in summary, I like making what I make just because I can't be anyone else other than me.
It's a giant hungry box. What? Wait, that's sick. Oh my
And
lord.
enjoy what I make because it's cool, and have long-term goals to make even cooler things in the future via making stuff currently to be able to fund my future ideas. But that's pretty much it. Goodbye then.
This is the most roundabout way of saying I waste money to get attention online I've ever seen.
Would it really cost? No, it probably costs a lot. I don't know. Dude, I don't like this video that got recommended to me. 2013 was 10 years ago.
Thank you.